Hello everyone, I'm Sujata Sinha, an MTech research student from Department of ECE, and I'll be presenting before you OTFS modulation in dual and quad LED indoor VLC systems. This work has been done under the guidance of my advisor, Dr. A. Chokalingam, and has been supported by Center for Network Intelligence, a Cisco CSR initiative. I'll be starting with the introduction, and then I'll explain the 4 schemes which we have proposed. Then we'll have the results, conclusions, and publication. Visible light communication is emerging as an alternative to radio frequency in wireless communications. This uses light-emitting diodes as the transmitters and photodetectors as the receivers. The variation of optical intensity in LEDs carries the information. So because of this, we can only use modulated signals which are real and non-negative. So the benefits of using VLC is that the installation cost is very low and there's no need for spectrum licensing as it uses the visible light spectrum. Then in a closed room setup, it provides with inherent security. The disadvantages are if we are using multiple LEDs and multiple photodiode setup, then there's a possibility of high spatial correlation. Then the ambient light or interference from other light sources also affects the channel. Then there is bandwidth limitations of LEDs. OTFS, which is orthogonal time frequency space modulation, has been recently introduced in the RF communications domain and is shown to perform significantly better than OFDM. This is a two-dimensional signaling technique which uses MN information symbols and multiplex them over 2D basis function in the delay Doppler domain. This is done using M Doppler bins and N delay bins. So from delay Doppler domain, these are mapped to the time domain using 2D transformations. So till now, OTFS was widely recognized for its superior performance in the delay Doppler domain. But in recent study, it was found that it performs better than OFDM in static multipath channels. So in VLC, we have channels which are mostly static. This motivates us to analyze the performance of OTFS in the VLC indoor VLC system. In a recent study using single LED DC biased OTFS system, it was found that OTFS performed significantly better than OFDM, but the performance of OTFS using multiple LEDs has not been reported in literature yet. So we'll be analyzing its performance using multiple LEDs and multiple photodiodes, which is similar to the MIMO systems which we have in the RF communications. This provides with increased rates of transmission and performance benefits. So this is the indoor MIMO VLC system which we are using. We have assumed a room of length and breadth of 5 meter each. We'll be placing the LEDs 0.5 meter below the ceilings, and the photodiodes will be placed 0.8 meter above the ground. The height of the room is considered to be 3.5 meter, and this is the diagram of the parameters which we'll be using to determine the channel. This is the source LED, and this is the receiver photodiode. So this is the channel matrix, which is of the size NR cross NT. NR is the number of photodiodes and NT is the number of LEDs. So each element of H is represents the line of sight channel gain from jth LED to the ith PD. And this is the formula which we'll be using to determine the channel. So the schemes which we have presented are block transmission schemes, and if we assume there are Q channel uses, so this is the transmit equation. Here we have X matrix which is of the size NT cross Q, and H is of the size NR cross NT. R is the responsivity factor of the photodiodes in amperes per watt, and N is the noise matrix which is of the dimension NR cross Q. And this element of N has is the sum of ambient and short noise and can be modeled as IID Gaussian with zero mean and sigma square as variance. This is the received matrix which is of the size NR cross Q. This is the first scheme which we have proposed, which is non-DC biased OTFS scheme. In this we are using 2D Hermitian symmetry for converting the complex symbols into real bipolar symbols. So after having the real bipolar symbols, we are passing them through the polarity separator. So we send the positive symbols through LED1 and the negative symbols are sent through LED2. And because of using Hermitian symmetry, we can only send n into m by 2 minus 1 symbols in mn channel uses, which gives us the rate of transmission as m minus 2 upon 2m log 2a BPCU. Here A is the COM or PSK alphabet. Then we have dual LED complex modulation scheme. In this, we have eliminated the use of Hermitian symmetry and we have exploited the polar nature of the complex symbol. So we are sending only the magnitude information through the first LED and the phase information, which is from 0 to 2 pi, through the second LED. So we have symbols which are positive and real, which can be sent through the LEDs. So here we have increased the rate of transmission to log 2a BPCU. This is the position of LEDs which we have considered. Here, this is the edge of the square where we have placed the LEDs, and this is the receiver photodiodes, which can be placed anywhere in the room. Next, we have the quad LED complex modulation ODFS, in which we have used 4 LEDs. So we send the positive real part through one LED and the negative real part through the other LED. Similarly, we send the positive imaginary part through the third one and the negative imaginary part through the fourth LED. So the rate of transmission remains the same as log2A BPCU, same as the one which we have in DCM ODFS. Then we have SM DCM ODFS. In this, we have two DCM blocks, and one index bit decides which DCM block which will be used to send the magnitude and phase information. So we use 4 LEDs over here, and because of the index bit which we have introduced, we have increased rate of transmission by 1 by n BPCU. So these are the system parameters which we have used in the simulation. We have used ML detection on the receiving side, and to analyze the BER performance at a specific receiver location, we use this as the analytical upper bound, and as we move the receiver across the room, its performance is bound to change. And to analyze the spatial performance, we use normalized minimum distance as a metric, and we use this ratio of d-mins to get the SNR gap at the specific receiver location for the same channel gains. So these are the results we have for NDC ODFS. Here we have used 4Com for NDC ODFS and BPSK for NDC OFDM to have similar rate of transmission. But as we have greater rate of transmission for NDC ODFS, still we find it has better BER performance at 2.5, 1.25 receiver location. Then we have DCM ODFS, which has the same rate of transmission, and here also DCM ODFS is performing better than DCM OFDM. Here we have the spatial performance of NDC ODFS. The area where we have negative gain is the area where NDC OFDM is performing better, and this is the area of the room where it performs better. And from the pie chart, we find that it is only 45% of the room, even though the rate of transmission of OTFS is more than that of OFDM. Then we have spatial performance for DCM OTFS. Here we have positive gain throughout the room, which indicates that NDC OTFS performs better than NDC OFDM throughout the room. Then we have BER performance for QCM OTFS, and here we have positive gain in terms of OTFS, and also the analytical upper bounds are tight at high BER. Then we have similar thing for SMDCM OTFS, where we have better performance in terms of SNR. Then we have spatial performance of QCM OTFS, which is positive throughout the room, and spatial performance of SMDCM OTFS, where we have only 3% of the area in the room where SMDCM OFDM is performing better. So in conclusion, we have investigated the use of OTFS modulation in indoor multi-LED VLC systems, and we have proposed two dual LED schemes and two quad LED schemes. We have analyzed their bit error performance and spatial distribution with respect to their respective OFDM schemes. So we started with 2D Hermitian symmetry, and we went on to eliminate the 2D Hermitian symmetry and increase the rate of transmission when we went to the SMDCM OTFS. Then we also eliminated the use of DC bias, and so the superior performance of OTFS in VLC systems demonstrated in this work can potentially motivate further research on other MIMO VLC architectures using OTFS. And if you want to read further, these are the list of publications where we have published the work. Thank you.